Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, let's give all glory and honor and power, dominion to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Prince of Peace, the wonderful Counselor, the everlasting Father, the Lion of Judah. Shalom, shalom, peace and blessing to all the brothers and sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that's in this truth. Shalom to you all. This is your brother Kazak back at you with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. This lesson we're going to talk about, I'm going to name this lesson, A Kingdom Without Want. A kingdom without want, meaning a kingdom that will never, right, that will never stop expanding. A kingdom of peace, a kingdom that will never collapse, a kingdom that will never diminish. That's the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, man. That's the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, the everlasting kingdom. I got the title from Isaiah 9, verse 7. But I'm going to start at verse 6. Isaiah 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born. Unto us a son is given. And the government shall be upon his shoulder. Meaning he will have a greater responsibility, right? He will be the head of the kingdom. And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Hallelujah. Verse 7. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment, with justice, from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Hallelujah. Right? Like I said, a kingdom without want, right, is a kingdom never stop expanding, everlasting peace, a kingdom that will never collapse. Like this society right now, like this kingdom, Esau kingdom, is very fragile, right? It's very weak. Everything is interconnected through the internet, so it's very easy to collapse. And I'm gonna show you a video at the end of this lesson, right? I got one video for you, right? But the kingdom of Yahweh Shai is an everlasting kingdom, man. Everlasting righteousness. Isaiah 9, verse 7. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no want. Right? When he said to order it and to establish it, meaning judgment and justice. Right? Judgment. Righteous decision. Yahweh Shai is going to be making righteous decision. That's going to benefit everybody in the kingdom. Justice. He's going to be fair. Righteousness. When he said the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this, meaning God himself will guarantee it. The Lord himself will do it. We're not going to need no the British Empire, right, to establish a nation. You're not going to need what's the thing called? The Balfour Declaration. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord himself will do it. He will come down, leave his throne from heaven, and establish his kingdom in the earth. Right? This was prophesied. Let's get that in 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel chapter 7. We're going to start at verse 12. Right? Verse 12. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowel, and I will establish his kingdom. 13. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. When you read this, it seems like it's talking about the kingdom of Solomon that reigned for 40 years. But it's talking about a future kingdom, the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, when he returned, right, through the Spirit. Because we know the kingdom of Solomon, right, only lasts for 40 years. But verse 13 said, he shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. The kingdom of Solomon did not last forever. That's the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 14, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. That was said of Yahweh Shai. If he commit iniquity, I will chastise him with the rod of men and with the strap of the children of men. Verse 15, but my mercy shall not depart from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. Verse 16, and thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. You see that? The kingdom of Yahweh Shai is an everlasting kingdom. It's an everlasting kingdom that will never collapse like human kingdoms. Everlasting peace, never stop expanding, right? Yahweh Shai kingdom will be justice, judgment, right? Righteous decision. Yahweh Shai will be fair, righteousness, right? And the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform it. Again, meaning God himself will do it. He will do it. Right? Let's get that in Daniel chapter 7. I'm going to jump to 14. Verse 14. Daniel 7, verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory in the kingdom, that all people, nation, and language shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Like I said, the kingdom of Yahweh Shai is an everlasting kingdom, a kingdom that will not be destroyed, a kingdom that will bring everlasting peace, everlasting salvation, right? Let's get that in let's stay in Daniel for a minute. Daniel 7. I'm in Daniel, the 2nd chapter. I'm going to jump down to 44. Daniel 2, verse 44. And in the days of this king shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. See that? And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all this kingdom, and it shall stand forever and ever. Right? When he said in the days of this king, this referring to the kingdom represent in the statue earlier in the chapter, right? The statue represent the four major empire. Babylonian Empire, right? Represented by the head of gold. The Medo-Persian Empire, represented by chest and the arm of silver. The Greek Empire, that's the third empire, represented by the belly and the thigh of bronze. The Roman Empire, that's the fourth, the last empire, which is that's the empire we're currently in right now, ruled by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, represented by the leg of iron, right? So this kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom. Everlasting peace, everlasting salvation. Isaiah 11 verse 6. Isaiah 11 verse 6. The beauty of the kingdom. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kids, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. See that? Right now you can't do that. The lion would destroy the little child. The serpent will bite the little child. But in the kingdom of heaven, right, the animal will be in complete order. Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young one shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Right? The lion will, in the kingdom of heaven, all the animal will be vegetarian. Right? Verse 8. And the suckling child shall play on the hole of the apse, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. See that? Verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the water cover the sea. Hallelujah. Again, that's the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, the righteous kingdom. Everlasting peace, everlasting salvation. Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, that's Yahweh Shai. A king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. You see that? Yahweh Shai is coming to bring everlasting peace, everlasting salvation, a kingdom that will never be destroyed, that will never collapse like this current kingdom we're in right now. Very fragile. As a matter of fact, let me get the video right now, right, to show you how weak and pathetic this current system is, right?
And just revealed huge systemic risks in the financial system. They're the latest victim of the private credit crisis. And if JP Morgan goes down, trust me, the whole system will go down.
The private credit stocks are under pressure again after a report said JP Morgan was marking down software portfolios and limiting lending.
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting the video. I just wanted to point out that since we filmed this, Deutsche Bank and Morgan Stanley have also come out, in addition to JP Morgan, and said they have serious issues with private credit. So the point here is we could be seeing the beginnings of a GFC 2.0, where this time it's not subprime is contained. They're saying private credit is contained, but we know how that story ends. Back to the video.
I'm going to reveal exactly what's going on and why this is such a big deal in 3 simple, fast steps. Step number 1, let's go over how crises usually start. Well, actually, they start just like this. Let me explain. We've got a chart from today's date, maybe about a week.
That's enough. You get the point. I asked chat the current system fragile, how fragile this current system is, right? It states that the Bible consistently warned that earthly systems are temporary and unstable. And they give you the same verse I just brought up, Daniel 2, right? Psalm 146, verse 3 to 4. Do not put your trust in prince. When their breath depart, they return to the earth. Their plan perish. That's this wicked system. Isaiah 40 verse 15 to 17. Nation are like drop in a bucket, showing how insignificant and fragile earthly system are. Matthew 24 verse 6 to 8. Yahweh Shai warned of wars, famine, and earthquake, all sign of the instability of worldly system. In the kingdom of heaven, there will be no earthquake, man. There will be no wars, no rumors of wars. There will be everlasting peace. Verse the second bulletin, sign of fragile in today's system, right? Looking at the modern world, political instability, government rise and fall, corruption, undermined trust, economic vulnerability, market crash, currency fail, debt, crisis, threaten nation, social unrest, inequality, protests, and moral decay create chaos, natural and global shock, pandemic, climate disaster, wars, and supply chain breakdown show how easily human system collapse, man. This system is wicked, has no moral. Like I said earlier, right? Everything is interconnected through the internet, so just one move, everything just collapsed. The money system is garbage, right? The system is getting ready to explode, man. Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is coming to restore his kingdom. As a believer, you should want this current system to be destroyed, man. Right? Because there's no life. This current system is against life, man. It's against the Most High God Yahweh. This is an anti-Christ system. Everything they promote is anti-God, anti-Messiah, anti-Christ. Everything is fake. The food is fake. The women is fake. The food that we eat is fake. The news is fake. Everything is polluted in this place, man. This is a corrupt system. Right? So in the kingdom of heaven, kingdom of Yahweh Shai is a kingdom without want, everlasting peace, everlasting salvation. Let me end it with Revelation 21. Right? A new heaven and a new earth. That's the spirit you should be in. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. When it said a new heaven and a new earth, it's not talking about a completely new earth. It's just talking about a refresh, meaning the earth will be under a new rulership, under new management. Refresh. Let me get that in the Greek. New heaven and new earth. The words for Greek for new.
Strong's G 2537, kainos.
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 Let's look at the biblical meaning new. As respect from, recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn. So it's going to be a refresh, right? This old world going to pass away. The rulership going to be out of the way. Yahweh Shai is coming to reset things up. That's going to be the great reset, man. The real great reset. Not this reset, this great reset Esau is trying to bring, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to bring the great reset, man. Right? Let's go back. And I, John, verse 2, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. That's the John saw the elect coming down from the chariot, right? Because they was taken up. They got, in a way, for lack of a better word, abducted, what you call the rapture, but they got to come down. John see the vision of the elect, the new Jerusalem coming down. Right? You have to understand Jerusalem is a people before a place. So he's not seeing the city coming down. He's seeing the people coming down from the chariot. Coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. Hallelujah. Verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things all pass away. That's going to be a thing in the past, man. If you overcome, when we overcome, right, Lord willing, I'm off that number, right? There will be no more sickness, no more sorrow, man. There's going to be everlasting joy in the face of the elect, man. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Verse 6. And he said unto me, It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. We're going to have complete understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, man. Verse 7. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burn with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Hallelujah. Kahallah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And there came unto me one of the seven angels which had the seven vial full of the seven last plague, and talked with me, saying, Come thither, and I will show thee the bride, the lamb wife. The lamb wife is the elect, right? The new Jerusalem. I'm going to leave it there, man. Lord willing, this was edified. Shalom.